Oh, yes. Welcome back, everyone. Been a little bit since my last post. I'm in the middle of moving right now, which is why you got the shaky cam going on. Everything's pretty much packed away. But I have a brief lull in activity, and I thought I would record this review for the new Generation Selects Autobot Lancer. Lancer is, of course, branded under the War for Cybertron line, like subline. Generation Selects. Got her name on the front. Sorry for all the shaky cam if you're not easily nauseous. And then there she is in all of her eye-searing glory. Look at her inside the package. Very cool, very cool. One thing you'll notice is that the inner lining of her packaging, which you can flip inside out to become a little base for, is actually the same as the one that's come with the previous Voyagers in the Generation Selects line, particularly Combat Megatron and Red Wing. I had mistakenly believed that the inner linings were determined by the size class that you got, based on the toys that have come out up to that point, but it seems like they're specific to the subline, which honestly I should have realized, seeing as this artwork is Siege specific, but yeah, that's dumb me. Right, here's Lancer's instructions. Got an explanation of her weapons right there. Shows the different ways you can attach and use them. Instructions for transforming to vehicle mode. Cross cells, compatibility over that, and her weapon loadouts. So her prime armor is now called a C50 Sonic Electro Armor, which I think was the same thing Greenlight had, I'm not sure. And then her little blaster or gun is the JF-10 Gravitas blaster, or Gravitas, I guess. And you may notice it's the same exact gun that Nova Star has, which is sadly the case. Here she is in vehicle mode. Sorry for the lighting, it's really terrible. All my lamps are, all my bulbs are gone. Sorry, guys. Yeah, if you've seen this mold already, you already know what to expect. This one does come off looking rather plain compared to the others. I think specifically the lack of an Autobot symbol visible anywhere in here kind of does that to it. She is obviously a retool of the Moonracer mold, specifically the Greenlight version with the altered chest, forearms, shins, feet, all that. Which does unfortunately mean she doesn't have the 5mm holes in her forearms to hold her weapon, so the only place you can really put it is in one of the two holes here on the prime armor. But yeah, same old driving stick thing that the Moonracer mold and family turned into. Still doesn't roll very well. I think mainly because of these little notches right here on the bottom. Here she is with her mold mates and Chromia from Siege, just so you can see all the different variations that this mold and its family have attained throughout the two toy lines. You can see they're a very colorful group. A lot of different bright and pastel and neon colors going on, except maybe Chromia. She fits the Siege aesthetic a little more with the more muted colors. But yeah, there you go, the sticks on wheels, all 5 of them. Alright, here we have Lancer in a robot mode. I'm not going to do the transformation this time because I only have one hand available. But if you do want to see it, make sure to check out the Greenlight video that I did recently. I'll put a link in the description and a card on the video in case you need some help transforming this. But yeah, probably already know what to expect with this mold by now. All the same points of articulation, all that. It is branded as a Siege figure, though it has Power of the Prime's engineering, specifically ball joints everywhere, as opposed to the whole hinge and swivel combo that makes for sturdier figures. Tolerances are pretty good. Her legs, like at her waist, are a little looser than I think my other Moonracer figures are, and it's probably because this is, the 4th use of this mold at this point. So it's bound to happen. But yeah, she looks pretty alright. You can see her Autobot symbol right there. Her face is very accurate to the cartoon. Has this interesting little helmet. She has these blue eyes and these very noticeable big old lips. I don't know why they emphasize her lips so much. It looks kind of weird. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I guess it's okay. I will say, having her in hand, her colors aren't quite as intense or saturated as they appeared in the pictures. They could be, admittedly toned down a little bit more, but it's not as bad as we initially thought, so that's good. Alright, here's the whole crew finally together after all these years. So you've got Alita 1, the leader in the background. You've got Greenlight, Moonracer, Lancer, Nova Star or Firestar, and then Chromia. So the whole crew from Search for Alpha Trion. Very cool to finally have all these. I know a lot of people are disappointed that we didn't get more variation in their mold uses and their alt mode. Would have been more accurate to the show if they had different alt modes, but I have to say, considering the relative obscurity of the characters, I can see how Hasbro wouldn't want to gamble a huge investment on these. They're really for like niche collectors or people that just really want some Fembots, which, market dictates isn't most people that buy Transformers, sadly. But, economics aside, it's just a cool team. They're very colorful. They all stand out in their own way. It is a shame that Chromia can't, have any kind of part in the combined form, but the trade-off is she is a better figure compared to the regular Moonracer mold, so, win some, lose some. So yeah, very cool to see them all battle ready, but we haven't done the most important thing, the thing we've been waiting for. Finally get to see Orthia complete. So, here we go. All right, and here, completed at last, is Orthia proper. Of course, you gotta have Chromia along for the ride. So yeah, this is, Alita with all of her proper limbs here. You'll see that I combined Lancer's gun with Moonracer's instead of usual Nova Stars. One, because it color matches a lot better and looks more like a complete gun. And also because she doesn't really have a good place to store her gun due to the lack of the 5mm ports there. So yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that. Overall impressions of the combiner. Admittedly not the strongest, mainly due to just the really oddly wide torso. She's got some weird proportions. Doesn't help when you have her legs kind of spread into a battle stance, makes her look even wider and more like almost ape-like. But overall, can't complain too much. This is one of only 3 named combiners from the Power of the Primes era. You got Abominus and Volcanicus. Anything else was just mix and match type combiners without proper names. So, it took a little while, almost like 2 years, to actually get this thing completed, but here it is. Gives me hope that maybe through Generation Select or something, they'll complete some of the other combiners, like especially the Starscream one. It'd be pretty cool. Give him 2 more proper limbs. We'll see, though. So yeah, it really completes our look at Lancer and, by extension, Orthia. Again, I'm really sorry about the lighting and the whole shaky cam thing. Just the best I can do right now, but I wanted to get a review out there rather than just sit on it. I know the channel's been inactive for, a week or 2, so I wanted to have something for you guys while I'm moving. So I do hope you enjoyed this. I know I'm happy to finally complete this set and have another fully fledged combiner, and an all-female combiner at that too. This is only the second one after Victorion to be like a full female Scramble City team, so progress, I guess. something. So what do you all think of Lancer? Is she worth, you know, quadruple or kind of even quintuple dipping on this mold? Do you like the way her colors turned out? Would you change anything about her? What do you think of the combined mode? You know, now that Orthia is fully formed, does she live up to your expectations? Is she disappointing? Love to hear what you guys think down below. If you like this video, despite the technical limitations, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like this, but, you know, better, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to ensure you're always given a heads up when I post something new. Thanks for joining me while I'm sitting here in a mostly empty house. And with all that said, I will see you next time.